gentlemen, this is Mr. Broyles again, and right now what I'm going to talk about is the process for writing a synthesis essay. The previous video talked about what the structure should look like, right? This one's going to talk more about like what the process is, okay? So the very first thing that you need to do is you need to develop a thesis statement for this essay. All right, now the thesis statement in this particular essay is going to be something along the lines of the idea that we're born into a reality that is handed to us, and it's fictional. The worldview that we have been taught to believe in is actually a manufactured truth and not real truth. And that's the first part. And the second part is, in order for us to really be effective and useful in the world, we have to break free from that illusion and find the real truth. And so that real truth is an arduous struggle. In Plato, in Whitman, and in Nicholas, we see that getting at reality, getting at truth, is a difficult thing. I've elaborated a little bit. You're going to write something more concise for your thesis statement, but that is the first thing that you should do. Once you've written that thesis statement, and that's really a working thesis statement right now, right? Because as you get closer and closer to being done with the essay, you'll refine that thesis statement more once you've written some body paragraphs. The second thing that you need to do is you need to gather evidence from the three readings. And that would be key quotes that you feel really help to prove the thesis statement to be true. That's what you're looking for, right? These you should have gotten through our discussion, through class discussion, through your own reading, your own thinking about things. I would be careful about including stuff that we haven't covered. But that's not to say you shouldn't. If you know that there was something that we didn't get to, and especially I think in Nicholas, and you want to use that, then go ahead. Okay? That's what you need to do next, is get that evidence or those key quotes. Then after that, create a list of topic sentences. These are going to be These are going to be the controlling ideas of each of your body paragraphs. I would try to come up with 5 topic sentences. That's not to say that you're going to write 5 body paragraphs, but I think it's a good idea if you come up with 5 of those and then later refine. Okay? Once you've done that, then you want to match your quotes to your topic sentences. This is the messy work of an essay, right? You've got your evidence, you've got your list of topic sentences. Now you're trying to figure out which quote goes best with which idea, right? And you're also thinking in this particular situation, which quotes from, say, Plato, which quote from Plato fits best with which quote from either Whitman or Nicholas, or vice versa, right? Because these body paragraphs have to include quotes from more than one of the sources in each body paragraph, right? You're not allowed to have a paragraph on Plato and then a paragraph on Whitman, a paragraph on Nicholas. You have to have a mix or a blend. That's what a synthesis is. So match the quotes to your topic sentences, and you basically at that point created yourself a working outline or a scratch outline, right? Gentlemen, I can't emphasize enough how important it is to do this pre-writing in order to get what you're looking for in this paper, right? I want to see papers that are coherent and cohesive. And if you do steps 1 through 4 well, right, then you'll be far better off in that area. So once you've gotten to that point, now I want you to write your body paragraphs. Okay, write those body paragraphs, and you know, obviously you're editing and refining. I want good, solid commentary. I want excellent quotes. There are some great quotes that we've talked about, and just make that middle part of your paper to be as awesome as you possibly can. Once you've done that, then you write your conclusion or your concluding paragraph. Right? And of course, in my opinion, the concluding paragraph should begin with a restatement of the main idea of the paper, but you know, maybe even more developed restatement than what you have at the beginning with your thesis statement, right? So this would be, in light of all that I've said, then I might have a little bit more of an elaborate or refined thesis statement that I say at the beginning of that concluding paragraph, and then some final thoughts. And then after you've written the concluding paragraph, then you write your introductory paragraph. Okay? Now, I'm going to stop here and talk for a second. I know that many of you are in the bad habit of writing your intro paragraph first, and then knocking out body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, body paragraph 3, and then slapping on a concluding paragraph, and then you edit and you send it. That's not what you should do. You know, I taught writing for many years here at Brophy, and I continue to teach writing even though I'm in theology now. And I'm telling you that this process right here is what you need to follow. The reason I say that is because you don't know what you're introducing until you've written those body paragraphs. So there's no way that you can really write a good introductory paragraph without having written those body paragraphs. What you end up doing if you write your intro paragraph first is you have this enormous thing that's has way too much information in it, and doesn't do the things that an intro paragraph needs to do. And then you might have a really awesome first body paragraph, maybe a good second body paragraph, and then by the end your third body paragraph is weak, and you have run out of time, and you slap on a concluding paragraph, and that's it. I do not want you to do that. I want you to follow this basic process. Okay, once you have then written your introductory paragraph, I want you to write a title, and this is going to be a title that really fits what you're saying in the whole of the paper, and then I want you to edit everything, and that's going to be, you know, looking for grammar errors, mechanical errors. You know what that means? It doesn't mean that you have a bad transmission. What that means is that the structure of the sentences is correct, right? And then any kind of usage problems, let's say the form of a verb, that kind of thing, okay? So searching for that. And then proofread, which you should be doing all the time. As you construct sentences, you go over again and again the exact way that you've said them. But now you want to proofread the whole thing to make sure that you've got it exactly as you want it, right? And then after that, make sure that you are in MLA format all the way through. That includes the in-text citations and all that kind of thing. Okay, so this is the process that you should use to write this brief synthesis essay for Living the Paschal Mystery. The paper, again, to be reminded, is due this Sunday night, which is September 15th, before midnight. before, so 11:59 p.m. is when it's due. Make sure that you get it in. All right, thank you very much.